Welcome to Mallet and Michelle on Dripping Springs, hosted by me, Michelle Lewis, and Steve Mallet.
Happy Thanksgiving, Michelle.
No more worky, only turkey.
Oh God, I wish that was true. We're recording this on Monday of Thanksgiving, and it's been a week already.
You know, Thanksgiving is when people who are the most thankful for are the ones who don't really have to cook and prep for all the family coming.
Or clean up.
Or clean, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite holidays.
Why? Because there's turkey?
Well, there's a lot of food. That's one thing. But it's also kind of a 4-day weekend, and you getting prepped for Christmas. We were at a restaurant. It was Hat Creek the other day, and they were playing Christmas music. And Gracie was like, oh my gosh, Christmas music. Like, I love it. I love when the Christmas music starts playing. It's my favorite time of year.
Unless you work in retail and you have to hear it.
Well, yeah, if you got to hear it 8 hours a day. But I get a little sad when they stop playing the Christmas music when Christmas is over. I love this time of year.
I pulled all 27 or I don't know how many boxes of Christmas stuff. And I went through everything. And I was really struggling this weekend trying to decide between the sentimental and the practical and the I just don't need it anymore. So I brought 5 boxes to the office.
Which I'm going to go through because we're going to do Christmas big this year. Gracie's home with us, and she wants a big Christmas, and Holly loves a big Christmas, and I love a big Christmas, so we're going to do it up. We're
going to do a big Christmas, too, because last year my husband had back surgery, and all of the kids are going to be here, and my daughter's parents are going to be here, so we're going to do it huge. But we're not Christmas yet. We're Thanksgiving.
No, we are Thanksgiving, and so I thought we'd spend a minute or two talking about some of the things we're thankful for.
Well, I think that would be a great idea. You know, it wouldn't be a holiday if there wasn't a little drama involved, but we have to remember about being thankful. And, you know, it brought me to this quote that I saw. I'm a big Max Lucado fan. If you don't know who Max Lucado is, he's a wonderful pastor out of San Antonio. And he talked about being anxious and being grateful at the same time, and both cannot hold the same space. Ooh. And he said that the path to peace is paved with prayer. The anxious heart is the ungrateful heart. The grateful heart is the peaceful heart. And feeling anxious, if you think about 5 to 10 things that you were thankful for, the idea of being anxious and being thankful, the gratefulness gobbles up the anxiousness. Gobbles it up.
Gobble.
So
that's a good term for this week.
He has a book called Anxious for Nothing, and it's really good. It's kind of a Bible. It is a Bible quote. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything be prayer. And
there's been a few times in my life where I felt like things were not maybe going the way I wanted them to go, or I was
only a few times.
Only a few times
today.
Just today. No, but I was maybe not. I won't want to use the word depressed. I think sometimes that's overused. But just not feeling like things were going well. And I do this exercise where when I lay down in bed, I think of 10 good things that happened to me that day. And they don't have to be gigantic. Like they don't have to be like, oh, I got a new job in a faraway city. It can be, you saw an old friend you haven't seen for 6 months, or you got a nice note from somebody in an email thanking you for something. It can be little stuff, but if you notice those things, I think you appreciate life even more.
I really did like what he said, where it says being anxious and being grateful cannot hold the same space. Agreed. And that kind of, since I've heard that, I was like, oh, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear it. So what about some of the things that you're thankful for?
Well, I'm thankful for my family, first of all, my lovely wife and my great kids. I'm thankful for living in this town that however I ended up here, I'm really grateful that I ended up here. I'm thankful for the business we have and for you and this podcast that we've done that's been a much bigger success than I think I ever even imagined. I'm really thankful for at 60. I'm thankful for my health, that I could still get up and push myself every day. I mean, I could actually sit here and talk for 5 minutes about all the things. I'm happy that I got a fridge full of food and a pantry full of food. I mean, I'm blessed. Life's really good for me.
It is. It does feel good knowing that you do have things that you can lay out on the table and say that you're thankful for. I am thankful for this amazing dream trip that we just took to Europe to celebrate Todd's and our 30th wedding anniversary, even though I'm, 29. I don't even know how that's possible.
Married
Mentally.
since you were 3.
Yeah. Both of my boys, actually, Logan, my oldest, is graduated now with his neuroscience degree as well. So both of my boys have neuroscience degrees. Thank you, Dripping Springs ISD. And my daughter is killing it in her job right now, 23 years of age, and she's just killing it. And I'm also very thankful that it's an election year next year, and hopefully we'll have a change in administration or something. But, there's a lot of yucky and ugly going on in the world right now, a lot of hatred I see out there. And you just never know who needs a little extra smile or an extra love, an extra pat on the back. It's
That's true.
So easy to just fall into the hatred and the yucky. And when you're around your family this weekend, just kind of look around and smile, even if they drive you crazy. Yeah. But you know what? It brought me to something funny. Did you know, have you ever heard of Blackout Wednesday?
No.
Blackout Wednesday is...
It sounds like people come up behind you and hit you in the back of the head.
Oh, no, that's just what I think in my head when I see you sometimes. No, Blackout Wednesday is... it's also referred to as Drinksgiving. It's the day before Thanksgiving. And the reason why is because your kids come home and their friends have come home. So they get together with their high school or their childhood friends and they all drink and they don't have to be around family because Thanksgiving is reserved for family and time together. So it's Blackout Wednesday. But I also, when I was doing a little deeper dive, it's Thanksgiving Eve. Thanksgiving Eve is where the majority...
Blackout Wednesday?
Blackout Wednesday is where most DWIs happen.
Oh, gosh,
so if you're going to Blackout Wednesday, don't drive or just walk to your friends.
Designated driver.
Designated driver, for sure. For sure.
Well, I'm going to piggyback on what you said about it being an election year. And the President of the United States had dinner with the military on the 19th of November, and it was a meal together. And
it was Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
It was not Thanksgiving. No, it wasn't an early Thanksgiving. It was Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Which is...
I had Friendsgiving.
Well, yes, you did. And I think that, so you made that your own holiday, right? This was a replacement for Thanksgiving, and they did a Friendsgiving instead of Thanksgiving. I
think Friendsgiving is like where you're not, because, Thanksgiving is reserved for family, right? Yeah. Traditionally. But Friendsgiving to me is like where you can get with all of your friends and still do the whole turkey.
I agree. Where I'm going is stop trying to co-opt Thanksgiving by calling it Friendsgiving. The holiday is Thanksgiving, and we spend that day with our family and we focus on what we're thankful for. And Friendsgiving, it's a great holiday.
Friendsgiving.
It's a different thing.
Oh, it is. I think it's a different thing. But
so don't replace the holiday.
I can tell you I had Friendsgiving the weekend before last. Yeah. And, it's always a potluck kind of thing. And once I was done, I took all my Thanksgiving decorations down. I was like, no, I don't have to do Thanksgiving. But then Todd was like, no, Thanksgiving's next week.
And you're still going to do, but you're doing it at Kendall's house.
Or doing it at Kendall's house. But I think also, if you think about it this way, like traditionally, now I know where you're going at with doing that. But
just tearing down... There's a lot of
traditions that we have built up.
Traditions. We talked a few weeks ago about the Zilker Christmas tree being the Zilker holiday tree, and you can still let people celebrate Christmas and not believe in Christmas. You just don't take the holiday away.
I agree.
And I'm not trying to take Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or any other holiday that somebody wants to celebrate. By all means, but don't take my holiday away.
Don't make it Friendsgiving.
Yes, exactly.
Well, but look, with everything, it's so crazy expensive now with food and travel. Yeah. And you have a kid that lives far away. My kids live far away. I think with just food, travel, family drama, everything's more expensive now. I think that's probably the benefit of Friendsgiving, but I see where you're going with it. But do you really think you think he was replacing Thanksgiving? Well,
it was a Thanksgiving meal that they called Friendsgiving. Why wouldn't they just say we're doing an early Thanksgiving with the military?
You're overthinking this.
Oh, all right. Well,
I
tend to be critical that way. But I still stand by my my original statement. Don't steal the holiday. It's Thanksgiving on Thursday. It is not Friendsgiving. Have your Friendsgiving on a different day, just like you did, Michelle.
I'm going to have a Drinksgiving. That's what I want.
You should have a Drinksgiving.
So
Don't steal the Thanksgiving.
Wait until Steve hears about Friendsmas. There is a Friendsmas.
No way.
Yes.
What's the one from Seinfeld?
Oh my gosh, what is it? I gotta look it up really quick. Yeah, what was that?
Festivus.
Yeah, the Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus. They made their own holiday. I stand on my original statement.
Festivus.
Yeah. So people traveling for the holidays. I came across an article the other day, and people are going to spend a lot of time in the airport this week. Getting ready to go to new places. And it was funny when I came into work today, I was sort of like, this is a week where we expect that we're going to maybe be a little bit slow. You know, people are traveling, but it's looking already like it's going to be a crazy week. But
no.
I'd much rather be sitting in an airport. But so the five large best airports to travel from for Thanksgiving.
In the United States?
In the United States.
Okay.
Starting from number 5, Detroit, Atlanta, LAX, Minneapolis, and top of the list, best airport in the country, Phoenix. As far as reliability and cleanliness and how easy it is to spend time in that airport.
I travel a lot. My best airports for me are ABIA. I love Austin Airport. I love it. And you know what my second one is? The San Francisco airport at the Harvey Milk terminal. It is the nicest, bougiest airport.
I'm sure it was on the list, but it wasn't. I don't think it was in the top 5.
It is the nicest. Every time I fly into San Francisco, it's a real nice airport.
So those are large airports. Mid-size airports. Number 5, Houston, which I was surprised that's a mid-size airport. Indianapolis at 4. Sacramento at 3. San Antonio at number 2, second best mid-size airport in the country. Yeah. This is a Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal. They lie.
And number 1 mid-size, you might agree with this, San Jose.
No, that is the small. It's not mid-size. That literally
calling it mid-size. I think they've added to it in the last few years. You drive by it, it's like 100 yards long.
You come off out of your airplane and your luggage is right there. It's teeny tiny. I don't even think that's mid-size. That's weird.
Mid-size.
No.
Austin is considered a mid-size too. And on this list,
we weren't on the list.
There are 28.
They have live music in the freaking airport.
On this list. They were below Chicago at 16.
There's Salt Lick. You can get barbecue tacos for breakfast.
Wall Street Journal doesn't like us, I guess.
You know what, Wall Street Journal?
There's guitars on the wall there.
Yeah.
Big
go suck an egg. They don't know what they're talking about. When you're
traveling, I hope that wherever you end up, and if you have to spend a lot of time there, that it's a great airport with a lot of nice things and fun things to do.
Well, I have often said that the San Francisco airport is the nicest part of San Francisco.
I don't know if I've ever been to that one. We usually, when we're going to the Bay Area, we
go to Oakland.
Which
you gotta duck. You get off your airplane. You gotta duck.
Everybody's got flak vests on and little helmets.
You gotta duck and go.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have Martin Garza on today. He's gonna talk about Tiger Santa that's happening.
Project
Connect. And then again, we also want to thank our advertisers, Capital Farm Credit,
M. Elliott
Studios.
Yeah. Thanks for allowing us to grow this podcast and build this beautiful studio. And it's been nice partnering with both of them.
It really has. So get ready. Thursday is leg day. And by I mean leg day, that means turkey day. Turkey leg day. But happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for being the best part of our week and joining us.
I certainly agree. It is the best part of our week when we get to sit down with you all and just talk for a little while. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Proudly sponsored by...
At Capital Farm Credit, they understand that owning land is more than just a transaction. It's a legacy, a future, and a place to call your own.
For generations, Capital Farm Credit has been the trusted lending partner for land loans, farmers, ranchers, and rural dreamers just like you.
Their personalized loan solutions cater to your unique needs, making the journey to land ownership smoother than ever.
Capital Farm Credit, your land, your legacy. Visit CapitalFarmCredit.com or Mark Rutledge at 512-892-4425.
Capital Farm Credit, an equal credit housing lender.
Interior design should be an investment in your life and home. Let M. Elliott Studio transform your space, where interior design meets excellence in Central Texas.
Beyond just selecting colors and furnishings, team principal and owner, Montana Elliott, is a trained and licensed interior designer.
With her knowledge of architectural principles, building codes, space planning, and design theory, her team will work with you to understand your needs and lifestyle.
From concept to completion, M. Elliott Studio is committed to enhancing your space with a timeless and classic style.
Ready to redefine your space?
melliottstudio.com, 512-781-0224.
This portion of the show is brought to you by the Mallet Integrity Team of real estate professionals. They are based in Dripping Springs and bring you over 45 years of combined experience helping people reach their hill country real estate dreams. When you want the best in town, call them at 512-829-2062 or look them up at malletintegrityteam.com. And now, here's Steve and Michelle.
And we're back here with Martin Garza. Martin, welcome.
No, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, have seen you around
Everywhere.
town, everywhere, and all the events. But I don't actually know you very well. How long have you lived in Dripping Springs, and why'd you end up here?
Been here since 2006. That was the year my daughter started kindergarten. Moved out here for the schools. Started in a rental off of West Fitzhugh while the house was being completed over in Sunset Canyon. Happy to be here.
Oh, good. Where'd you move from?
From Southwest Austin, Circle C.
Oh,
See?
You're not a Californian.
Yeah.
No.
Where'd you grow up?
Born and raised in San Antonio.
Really?
Came
Native
here
Texan.
to go to UT in 85 and just seemingly moved progressively further away from Austin.
Yeah. We lived off of Brody before we moved out here to Dripping also. So same thing. But mine was the 281 corridor. I just kept going up the 281 corridor.
So your daughter, I'm trying to do the math. Is she in college?
Yes, she's at Central Florida.
Oh, okay. That's
Yes.
cool.
She got accepted in the Disney college program, so that took her there. Just after she transferred to UT, which made me very, very happy, but couldn't deny her that opportunity. And now they're paying for her to finish there. So
Disney is?
Disney is.
Oh, my gosh.
So what is she majoring in?
Special education.
Oh,
Wow,
nice.
that's cool.
That
Yes.
is. Oh, that's really. And your wife, she is a school nurse.
Yes, at Walnut Springs Elementary.
Oh,
And that's the reason for your current illness you're recovering from.
yeah,
which
for all the
is-
cooties,
Maybe, eh?
kid cooties. Yeah, all the
Had strep
elementary.
throat diagnosed. She diagnosed me last Thursday in her clinic, which is convenient, so I could start on
Yeah,
antibiotics
I saw
right away.
you at the Run by the Creek a week or so ago, and because you sponsor us with water
Right.
from American Water. And I was walking up to you to shake your hand, and I said, "How you doing?" And you said, "Oh, I'm recovering from strep." And I went like, I'm not touching you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it, so it's
Yeah.
No, thank you. So since you've been here since 2006, have you always plugged yourself into every kind of community volunteer position, or has this kind of been more of a...
I think it's built up over time. At first, it was at the school with the PTAs. Got involved there as a room parent to start, then became a board member, was president of the PTA at Dripping Springs Elementary, did 2 years there, did 2 years at DSMS, and then at the high school. And our youngest finally graduated last year, and though I'm still a member because they gave me a life membership at the high school.
They can't get rid of you.
in any board capacity.
What do you think guides your servant heart in that sense? Like, why do you
Well, I
think
think-
you keep calling to that?
For that, and I've told this story a couple of times. My mom was very involved. I mean, she was a stay-at-home mom, but she was involved in PTA booster clubs. She did things to start bilingual education in the San Antonio Independent School District. Unfortunately, I lost her at 19, and so it's kind of
picked up
been my
the torch.
tribute to
Yeah.
her to do that. And then just as I've lived here longer, I've become involved in other organizations and with the Knights at St. Martin's, and then Project Connect. When it started up, one of those founders brought me in as a board member.
Tell us what Project Connect is.
So Project Connect it essentially connects those in need with those who can help. We primarily work with the DSISD counselors as they identify needs. They pass them along to us, and we do our best to get those needs fulfilled, whether it's providing direct support. It could be a gift card for groceries, for gas, helping to reimburse a parent for immunizations, or we're connecting them with other resources, whether it be a food bank here in town, Helping Hand, Society of St. Vincent de Paul, or over at Creekside. Just recently found out they also have a food bank, so we actually have 3 in our community to serve those needs. And then, of course, this time of year, our biggest effort is Tiger Santa, where the counselors provide us wish lists from those families in need. We get sponsors of those families.
Okay.
They go off, shop for gifts, return the gifts either wrapped or unwrapped, and we make sure they're all wrapped and delivered back to the campuses. And it's just a very fulfilling effort where we're serving so many, and I see the satisfaction in so many people. This community is so giving, and it provides them an opportunity to help others in need. And I would just say that the biggest obstacle we face is just the perception people have.
I was going to say that because, Dripping Springs has this perception that we're such this affluent community,
Right.
and it's almost our dirty little secret in the sense that we have a whole sect of our community that is in
lives
need.
in poverty, yeah.
Right. Yes. And I was in a meeting recently where the leader challenged people, just drive up 12 north of 290. There's a couple of roads up there, kind of north.
Yep.
Notice the North 40, or go down Creek Road right before it ends at Roger Hanks. Take a ride on Ramirez, and you'll see conditions that you don't typically think of in Dripping Springs. And then there's Hays County Acres. There's other little pockets throughout that most people don't see.
That I remember that home. It's the Home in a Month that
Right.
Chuck's organization,
Yes.
Hometown Missions did. And we went over there in the first years of Dripping Springs Elite and did a donation to them. And there was a mobile home just around the corner on Ramirez. And there were like 6 people living in it. And you could, if you stooped down, you could see through one wall and out the other side. And there was holes in the wall.
Oh, right.
And they were living in there in those conditions, and they built them a house. So there's some great stuff that happens here in this town.
How
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say that may very well have been the house where they thought it was just a plumbing repair where the sink had fallen through the cabinetry, but it actually fallen through the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you identify those that are in need besides just driving around? Do people come to you, or do do
said,
people in the community member identify those people?
It's usually the DSISD counselors.
Okay.
We have a great relationship with them in the school district. Occasionally, it's other nonprofits like Hometown Missions, where it's not really within their scope of their mission. They'll refer folks to us, and then occasionally, sometimes people will contact us directly, or somebody will post a need on Facebook. Somebody will tag us. It's all sorts of, I guess, of ways into getting help from us, and then depending on how that source comes in, we'll do some sort of vetting process. Of course, if it comes from a school counselor, another nonprofit, we know it's a legitimate need. And
Was Project Connect something started in Dripping Springs, or did you guys? Is it a national thing?
That was adopted, yeah.
it was. I don't know if you're familiar with Tiger Totes. It started at Walnut Springs Elementary, and then it blew up to the school district. This is kind of the same sort of effort. It was a collection of parents at Walnut Springs that the then principal, Julie Pryor, could call on is if there was a need. Hey, can you help me out? And then they just decided that it wasn't just that campus that needed help. Let's take a look at doing something district wide. And sure enough, again, that whole perception of with Tiger Santa and how, well, maybe it's just a West Side thing, but it's not always what you see from the outside looking at a house. It could be a medical condition, loss of job, could be living in Belterra High Point and just needing some help at Christmas time. So last year, and I could say this year, we have families at every single campus in the district.
Wow, that's shocking in a sense, considering, being in real estate, we know what the average home prices are. And has that community grown over the last couple of years, or is it shrinking? The
impoverished community?
Yes.
Oh no, I think it's grown, or at least because people have become more aware of the resources that we can provide. We're helping more families each year.
And will you have something coming up, Tiger Santa, as well? So tell us a little bit of what that entails.
Well, that's what I was talking about, where the counselors provide us wish lists. We then get sponsors to go out and shop and fulfill those wish lists.
So if somebody wants to be a part of that, though, do they call
the
or
schools
contact Project Connect? What's the first step if somebody says, that sounds like a great thing, I want to do that? What do they do?
They go to our website, projectconnectds.org. There's a menu item there to donate, to sponsor. And they can help by either sponsoring a family, signing up to do that, to make a donation, because or get us HEB gift cards. Because one of the other things we do as part of this effort is, in addition to the gifts that are provided to the family, we also augment that with HEB gift cards so that the family can get groceries, fuel, whatever else they might need for the holidays.
So you not only the gifts, but you will, if somebody sends you a check for whatever, $1 million.
Right. Well,
you'll figure out how to make the biggest impact in the community with that. It doesn't have to be presents or gift cards. It can be cash donations too.
Yes. Those are especially helpful to, like I said, to augment the gifts. We're also doing toy drives that'll be hosted by businesses throughout the community. And again, that information will be, because we'll be starting that, I guess, when this comes out on Tuesday. And that'll run through December 10th. Because one of the things we do at the gift wrapping event, which happens on December 17th, is if we see that one child's only got one gift and another has 8, well, we'll start grabbing things off the shelf from the toy drive.
So do the kids come to some location to get the gifts?
Or do y'all drop them off?
You guys
we drop them off at the campus because we don't actually know who the kids are. All we get is initials, grade, age, their sizes.
Their kind of wish list.
Right. So that's that. It's just amazing that we're doing this without actually knowing who they're getting.
That's the way to do it, though, right? Otherwise, kids can be embarrassed. But you really want them to enjoy it without any kind of stigma.
Well, yeah, there's no shame in that. There's absolutely no shame in needing a hand up, right?
No, none at all. None at all.
I think that kind of what you have done, Martin, throughout the community really kind of embodies the Dripping Spring spirit, and I really applaud you in that sense. That
thank you.
Steve and I, we're out in the community a lot, and you are out in the community a lot.
Martin, it's actually almost a joke.
Yeah, it is. It's like you're like Waldo.
We'll be going to something, and I'll go, "Where's Martin?
Where's
Waldo?
He is
over there." It's like, "Where's Waldo?" Oh, there he is. He's here. I got a serious question for you. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
We're actually heading out of town. So by the time when this airs on Tuesday, we'll be in Disney.
Oh, nice.
At Animal Kingdom, visiting my daughter who works there. And then on Wednesday, we'll be traveling up to Manhattan.
Oh, geez.
To go see Billy Joel at the Garden.
Oh, wow.
And then on Thursday, we'll be there to watch the parade where my wife's actually been in it. Because she was a Silver Star officer. She was a Rangerette, but this will be her first opportunity to watch it.
Oh, that is an amazing opportunity.
A special Thanksgiving that's going to be. I know Michelle and I are both thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
You got a big bag we can get in to go along with you? That sounds like a great time.
Well, I so appreciate, but I know Steve does also, you spending a little bit of your time here with us and just letting us know about Tiger Santa and Project Connect. And you kind of told us the way to reach out is get on projectconnectds.org. And if somebody has already donated to that, emails go out, right? Just kind of reminding that this is the time of the year, or?
Yes, we send out a message to everyone who helped in the past. We put information out there on social media, and certainly I'm not that hard to find. So.
Oh, no, you're not. Just you're not at all.
Just find some event going on. There's Martin. So, yeah, I wanted you to pull up the website. Yeah, so there it is right there, projectconnectds.org. Yeah, that's great. I hope that everybody listening finds it in their heart to contribute in some way, because I know that these kids all deserve a special Christmas, and I'm happy that you're doing that and helping them get that. So, well, thank you very much for coming in. I'm jealous now that you're on your trip, man. What a great Thanksgiving. So,
what a pleasure, Martin. Thank you so much. We are very honored that you stopped by.
Yeah, thanks for spending some time with us.
I'm honored for your invitation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ready to turn your land dreams into reality? Look no further than Capital Farm Credit.
Need a loan for your perfect piece of land? Capital Farm Credit is there for you.
Their dedicated team will tailor a loan to fit your unique needs, because your dreams are their priority.
Capital Farm Credit, your land, your legacy. Visit capitalfarmcredit.com or Mark Rutledge at 512-892-4425.
Capital Farm Credit. Together, we're better.
Capital Farm Credit, an equal credit housing lender. Elevate your living experience with M. Elliott Studio, your trusted partner in interior design, registered and licensed by the state of Texas.
You want your home to reflect your personal style and identity. Investing in a well-crafted design doesn't just beautify your home, it enriches your life.
Team principal and owner, Montana Elliott, understands the profound impact of a thoughtfully designed space. From remodeling to full design, M. Elliott Studio is the first step to unlocking your style.
Turn your aspirations into reality. Tailored to your taste and desires, M. Elliott Studio will work to create an environment that embraces your style with style.
Your space, their expertise.
melliottstudio.com, 512-781-0224.
This show has been brought to you in part by the real estate pros at the Mallet Integrity Team. When you're looking to buy or sell, you need them on your side. Why settle for less when you can have real estate done right? Give them a call at 512-829-2062 or get more info at malletintegrityteam.com.
You know you like us, so go now to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave us a review. Why don't ya? We love your feedback and comments. Email us at malletandmichelle@gmail.com.
Thanks for putting up with us.